George,
What?
if you had 3 wishes, what would you wish?
I'd wish for 3 more of these.
Not very romantic, are you? I mean, don't you ever just, want to get up and go?
I would if I drunk 3 more of these, yeah.
Travel.
Oh, travel, yeah. I'd like to travel, yeah.
Where do you want to travel to, then?
Well, I'll give you a clue.
Yeah.
What is big and warm and friendly?
Eh?
What is big and warm and friendly?
You a missus, you mean, or what?
Australia.
Australia. Oh, that's right. That would be nice. That really would be nice. Do you believe wishes come true, then?
No.
Worth a try, though, isn't it? George?
Sid, you still got 2 wishes left. Yeah. Better wish for a bucket and spade.
Eh? Excuse me, I'm looking for a book. Wonder if you can help me. They all seem to be very mixed up.
Mixed up?
Yeah.
Mixed up? They look all right to me. All the red ones are over there, all the green ones are over there, all the blue ones are over there.
What, you mean you classify books by colour?
Yes, it was Roderick's idea, the architect. He thought it'd be neater, see?
Neater?
Yeah.
Neater? Well, it may be neater, but it makes it very hard to find the book you're looking for, doesn't it?
Oh, well, perhaps I can help you. What particular book did you want, sir?
Yes, I'm looking for The Twisted Spur, it's called, by E.M. Haggerty.
Right. Twisted Spur by E.M. Haggerty. Haggerty. Tennessee, Tootenham. Haggerty, E.M. Spur the Twisted. It's a green book. With the green books.
Well, there are thousands of green books.
Oh, well, naturally, they are subdivided.
Oh, good.
Yeah, all the little ones are on the top and all the big ones are on the bottom.
The little ones at the top, big ones at the bottom.
Is yours a little one or a big one?
Well, I don't know, do I?
Well, you're not being much help, are you?
I'm not being much help. I mean, how are you supposed to find a book if you file them in this way?
Well, I don't have any trouble ever. I mean, this morning I found the exact book I wanted, just like that.
What one was that?
A little red book.
I am not interested in the size or the colour.
Oh, I see. Well, fortunately, upstairs we have a duplication of all these books, completely duplicated upstairs.
Oh, not classified in colour or size?
Not classified in colour or size.
Oh, good. Then perhaps you can tell me where upstairs I shall find a copy of The Twisted Spur by E.M. Haggerty.
Right. Western, is it?
Yes.
Is it a thick Western or a thin Western? Because all the thick Westerns are up beside the right-hand side as you go up the stairs, and the thin ones are on the left-hand side.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Thick, thin, green, red. I mean, goodness me, it's balmy.
Oh, is that E.H. Barmy or W.H.O.?
You're the system. The system. Your system is stupid.
Well, no one else has ever complained.
Well, I'm complaining. So you please tell me where I can find a copy of The Twisted Spur by E.M. Haggerty.
Yes, excuse me a moment. Mrs. Pollitt, hello, how are you? How did you get on with your book?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Was it?
The most wonderful love story I've ever read. Oh, they were so passionate. I mean, every time they met, he was, oh. And she went all, oh. I mean, they all I mean, Corey wouldn't leave her alone. And she kept going, oh, no. She was all over him, and he was all wonderful, wonderful. Just thinking of it makes me all, oh.
Yes, now, what book was it you wanted?
The big blue one, if you don't. Say you're-a-lie, my missus and him and his missus and me. We went up to London the wedding to see. The prince he drove past with his dad and his mum. You could see by his face he was glad that we'd come. You're-a-lie. Something went wrong with the taxi we took. We had to drive backwards, which made people look. The taxi man didn't think much of the job. By the end of the journey, he owed us 10 bob. We went and got digs at this modern hotel with a bed and a bath and 3 basins as well. My wife nearly drowned me, she really is a pain. I was washing my hair and the fool pulled the chain. My wife fell asleep in the bath t'other night. She left the tap running, the silly old fright, and did all the water run over the side. No, luckily she sleeps with her mouth open wide. I bought this new walking stick up near Pall Mall. The only thing is, it's a little bit too tall. Why don't you upend it and cut off a bit? 'Cause that's not the end, that's too high, you great twit. And now we're back home in the village, my dears. We've come back from London with modern ideas. We're trying wife swapping at present, you see. My wife lives with his wife and I live with he. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcia Hines.
Sing story, hearts broken, closed doors and words unspoken, old dreams and tears that rust away. You told me you loved me, but I know when you touch me, it's not the same for you as me. So I can change the clothes I wear, and I can change my point of view, and I can make the grass grow greener for you, baby, but I can't change just the love for you. And the wheels of night keep turning, change the clothes I wear, and I can change my point of view, and I could make the grass grow greener for you, baby, but I can't change this love for you. And the wheels of night keep turning as the moon just rides along. I got a heart like a radio, it's playing the same old song for you. I got a heart like a radio, it's playing the same old song. I got a heart like a radio, it's playing the same old song.
Oh, dear. He says he don't like the Buff Bourguignon.
Who don't?
He don't, that geezer out there. He's the only fellow in there. He says it's tasteless, cold and lumpy.
Oh, I see. You mean he's not keen on it, is he? Oh, I see. I'm understanding you, Alphonse. Well, we'll see what we can do about it then. Put there, start again. Can you find them yesterday's Brussels sprouts?
Yes, these Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, go on.
I like it, Jeffy. I like it. Wait a minute.
Shut them all in.
That's it. A few little bits and pieces. There we are. Put it straight in there.
Something of everything, that's right. Now, a drop of mustard, just a soup salt, that's it. Well, he said he wasn't hot enough, did he?
Yeah, he won't say that again, will he? He won't say much else again, either.
Now, did he have any other complaints at all?
Well, he wasn't too chuffed about the meat. Yes, he said it was horse.
Horse? What does he think this place is, the Ritz?
No. And he said he only got one lump.
Oh, dearie, dearie. Well, we'll have to get him another lump, won't we? Where's the cat's bowl?
Yes.
His gain will be Tiddle's loss.
Yes. She never touched it anyway, you know.
No, well, she's got class, that cat.
I'll tell you what, all you can say for him.
Yeah, very good, Alphonse.
Yeah.
Listen, hand me some of that dodgy tripe over there, would you?
If it stays still long enough. Gotcha. You're never going to put that in, are you?
Oh, no. Just getting a bit warm with it. Oh, I don't know. No, why not? Nothing is too good for our valued client, is it?
Lovely.
In it goes, there we are.
That's it.
Lovely, now then. It still looks a bit thin, doesn't it? It still
Yeah, it
sort of
does.
lacks something a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit of substance.
I wonder what it is. Yeah. What? One of these. I'll give him one of these. Well,
Yeah.
you've got to be fair, ain't you?
Yeah, that's right.
You like one of these,
Paying
don't you?
good prices.
Lovely.
That's it.
That's it. There we go. That's beautiful now.
Yeah.
What's that? A fly? A fly in my kitchen? Hasn't it read the hygiene regulations?
Oh,
Get it.
Get it. Wait a minute.
You got it? Put it in. Got him. Well caught, Alphonse. There we are. He can't say there's no body in it now.
Extra protein at no extra cost.
That's right. We aim to please, don't we?
Indeed we do. You know what he had the temerity to suggest also in his impudence?
What?
That the plate was dirty.
Oh, lack a day and lamentations.
Yeah.
Dear, we can't have that, can we?
No.
There we are. Now we'll be able to see his face in it, won't he? Look at that.
Right.
Lovely.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Right.
I told him Peter Russell Clark often pops in here, and you know what he said?
No.
He said, put a sock in it.
A sock? The man must be psychic.
There we are. Oh, very good.
You can't be a clean one still. You can't have everything, can you?
No. Still, it's all got that fibre, which is the
Certainly
current
has.
thing today.
Lovely lot of fibre down there.
No.
Where's his plate? Here we are.
Yes.
Lovely lot of that there.
So very nice.
There we are. Take him that there, boss.
Lovely.
Lovely to our gourmet friend. Wait a minute.
What's that?
You haven't got your thumb in it?
Oh!
That's
Will
lovely.
I never learn,
No,
Sheffy?
Compliments of the house and tell him if there's anything else we can do, we'll do it all over him. That's the tradition. The tradition of good cooking never dies.
He's gone!
Gone?
Gone!
What, after me slaving and cooking my fingers to the bone?
Exactly.
Flaming liberty. Stick it down there. It's too good a waste, isn't it?
I should think.
Thank you. That's right. Forgot my glasses. Never mind, I forgot my glasses, never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here this evening to honour George and Gloria, who today celebrate 20 years of married bliss. 21 years ago, George turned up with this beautiful and charming representative of New York. Beg pardon, New York. Theirs have been a fairly stale romance. A fairy tale romance. He, a typical English country squirt. She, a struggling Broadway hooker. Hoofer. In other words, a danger in the chorus. George first saw her in the musical Hello, Doggy. And the moment the curtain was down, began to ravish her. Lavish her with every attention, showering her with red noses and giving her gems. Till at last, at the altar, she said the words he'd been waiting to hear, I do, and threw up. Her career. Oh, threw up her career. Naturally, when George gave us the news, we were over the moron with delight. Gloria, as we know, comes from a fine old American family. Though her grandmother, we are told, was a kept woman. A Kent woman. She herself, you will all agree, is a great lady. A worthy successor to George's late mother, who was retarded. Regarded with great affection. Only one word describes her: skint. Same. As lady of the manor, she never shirted her dirties, shirked her duties, visiting the tenants in their homes, and tending to their warts. Their wants. Like her, Gloria is looked on by all and sundry as a fiend, as a friend. Oh, and I should never be forgiven if I vomited to mention her cooking. The feathery lightness of her buns, and the split-second timing of her rubber beans. And, as we all know, after that delicious meal, her speciality, roast jerky and chipolatas. The whole meal was absolutely uneatable. Unbeatable. We now come to George, himself a bit of a cook. Shakespeare said, and I quite, one man in his time plays many parts. And George certainly has had his share of girls. In fact, he was considered at one time quite a wilf. He was slimier then. I'm sorry, slimmer then. Always a faithful friend. He is a true toady. He's a true toady. He is as true today of the yes men of England, one of the you men of England. I could go on all night. But instead, I shall gum up by saying there were never such a couple of sweeties. To George and Gloria, as we say at the Bridge Club, two aces who together are a perfect pair.
Lovely party.
Yes, isn't it? Lots of interesting people here.
No, it's absolutely no. Oh, look. There's Don.
Oh.
Hello, Don.
Nice chap, Don. He's an Aussie, isn't he?
No, Don and Nossie. No, he's a jock, like Mick. Hi, Mick.
Mick? Surely Mick isn't a jock. Mick's a paddy.
No, he's a jock. Paddy's a Mick. Top of the evening to you, Paddy.
Yes, I know Paddy's a Mick, but isn't Mick a paddy?
No. Mick's a jock, like Don.
What about Jock, then? Good to see you, Jock.
Oh,
He's an Aussie, isn't he?
No. He's as much a Brit as I am. Family came over with the Normans.
Norman. Lovely people, the Normans, aren't they?
Smashing. They're Brits as well, of course.
Oh, Brit. Wonderful to see you, dear.
Do you know Brit?
Oh, yes.
You know, she's a Jerry, don't you?
No, Jerry, Brit. No, I thought she was a Mick like Paddy.
No, Jerry. She just got married to Ozzy. Yes, it's very simple. Mick is a jock, Jock's a Brit, Paddy's a Mick, Ozzy's a Paddy, Brit's a Jerry, and Jerry's an Aussie.
You sure Jerry's an Aussie?
Oh, yes. Just the other day he was telling me how much he adored Sydney.
Oh, well, yes, I've heard he's a Nancy.
Which? Do you know Alice?
Alice who?
Alice Springs.
Oh, does she? I must make a note of that. Is Peter here?
No, he couldn't come. He's a little dicky.
Ah.
You know, you recently won an Oscar. didn't you?
Yes. Gave him an enormous fillip.
That's someone I haven't seen for ages.
Who?
Enormous Philip.
Who's just come in?
Oh, it's Jean.
Oh, yeah. He's with Jean. Fancy her being with him.
Oh, a pair of jeans. Tell me something, is that Frank?
Well, he wasn't frank with me. Oh, God, look who's just arrived. It's Guy and Guy. Oh, and Guy.
Do you know all those guys?
Yes, I do. They get
Willie? Quite frankly, I think he's a Wally.
Willie or Wally, I've always thought of him as a bit of a Charlie.
No, he's not a Charlie. Oh, it's Charlie. Charlie, of course, is a complete dud. And dud is a Herbert.
And Wally?
All right, Nana.
Oh, Nana. Hello, loved your last record, dearest.
Yourself. I think Mick is a Wally, too.
Mick? But he's a Don, he can't be a Wally.
Why not? Look at Paddy. He's a Bobby, but he's still a Mick. And he's still a Herbert.
Yes, that's true, yes. And, of course, Jerry may be an Aussie, and he may be married to Brit, who's a dolly, and pretend to be a jock, but we all know he's a great big Jessie.
Exactly. By the way, what's your name?
I'm Reggie.
Oh, I'm Reggie, too.
Oh.
Sensible name, Reggie, isn't it?
Yes. No funny business.
No silly jokes. Quiet. What's your surname?
I'm a pillock.
I'm a nerd.
I'm one of the biggest pillocks in London.
I come from a long line of nerds.
Fascinating. Shall we go and get another drink here?
Yes, let's. My sister's going to New York, you know, to marry, Fink.
A pink, yes, a pink.
Thank you. Tonight, I have made a solemn, binding promise to our producer to get straight on with the story and not indulge in any of my customary rambling, you know. No, please. So here it goes. There is this priest. Well, let's face it, you know, it only wastes time. It only wastes time if I sit here and witter on, you know, about everything under the sun. You know, it's pointless, really, you know. No, well, it is. It's irrelevant, you know. There's no need for it, really, no. So, on to tonight's story. Right. It is about, as I say, this priest who one day decides to become a missionary. Added to which, you see, we've just got this new boss here at Channel 9, by the way. No, because things are a little bit tough in the TV world at the moment. I mean, times are very hard. Only this morning, our musical director, Jeff Harvey, was told he'd have to cut the orchestra down. Personally, I think he was wrong to string them up in the first place. But he's been a hard taskmaster, you see. And this new boss is very hot on efficiency. My goodness, is he ever efficient? Not very often, no. But he is better than the last boss. Now, this last boss, he stepped down recently with the highest redundancy settlement ever paid out by Channel 9. $400 in a sale of the century board game. Now, not that he will need it, to be honest, because his wife is something big in the city. The Horden Pavilion. That's not true. No, yeah. He actually started here, this fellow, as a children's television producer. And I remember the year, 1956 was, I remember it very clearly, a turning point in my life personally when I gave up farming to come in. I used to run a very, very small farm, to be honest. We had one sheep. And that was 75% polyester. I remember I used to take the cockerel round every night to charge up the battery hens. It wasn't easy because they'd just formed a vigilante group to hunt down Colonel Sanders. So when he left the channel, the boss, that is, of Channel 9, Channel 9 threw one of their special parties in his honour, the usual thing. Bottles of champagne, scotch, gin, vodka. Were all locked away and a can of 7-Up was open. It was a bit of a boisterous evening, to be honest. Just as they were about to hold a raffle for the Nibblies, a fight broke out between two of the guests. Rather unfortunate, because Marcel Marceau was being strangled by the Invisible Man. And everyone just stood around and clapped. That was the night. That was the night. It's all coming back to me, actually. That was the night I leapt onto the dance floor and did my rather racy impression of John Travolta. I suppose it was the animal in me, you know. I had a ferret down my trousers. Where was I? No rambling. I promised no rambling. I mustn't upset the boss because he thinks I'm the funniest man in the world. And he's been told to stay in bed and take things easy for a while. So on with the joke. Now, once again, it is a bit of an old joke, to be honest. So if you feel like joining in with the words, please don't. It's hard enough as it is. Anyway, as I say, this concerns a priest who one day decides to go on a missionary expedition to Africa, which is rather a coincidence because only a few years ago I went on a safari holiday to Africa. And I say safari holiday. It was actually one of those cheap, very fast sightseeing tours when they strap you to the back of an ostrich and fire a gun. It was actually quite a risky trip to make because it was only a few years ago in this very area of Africa that a gay lib expedition ran into a group of cannibals and had to be rescued from the sweet trolley. Now, next year when I go abroad, I have sworn to take my own car because I've just bought one of those new Anglo-Jewish cars, the Austin Schmoshtin, hand-built by rabbis. It's got all the latest gadgets. If you forget to fasten your seatbelt, a little voice comes on and says, "Kill yourself, I should worry." So anyway, he is a little bit nervous, this missionary, in case it turns out to be dangerous. So he offers up a prayer. He said, look, he offers me praise. He said, look, as a devout Christian, I'm a firm believer in life after death. I support Cronulla. He said, but if it's all the same to you, I'd rather not get killed because I'm worried about how it'll affect my social life. And God replies, now, don't worry, God says, about a thing. I will look after you, he says. All I ask is that you trust in me. No matter what happens, however bad things seem, trust in me, I will look after you. Quite a good impression, that, right? Anyway, so off the priest goes, and a month later, there he is, trekking across Africa to his mission station on the back of his donkey. He was supposed to go on an elephant, but at the last minute, it did the dirty on him. And ran away, please. Goodness me. Making up your own jokes over there. And just as they're starting to climb up this mountainside, all of a sudden there's a terrific, almighty avalanche, and the priest goes hurtling back down the mountain again, ends up clinging precariously by his fingernails to a wafer-thin precipice, while down below the swirling waters there's this huge, monstrous crocodile snapping away. Now, at this point, a single-seater aeroplane happens to be passing overhead, and the pilot looks down. He said, "Excuse me, sir." You know, out of the window, he said, "Excuse me, sir, I can't..." I don't know if he did that with his hand, but anyway. "Excuse me, sir, I can't help noticing you're clinging precariously by your fingernails to a wafer-thin precipice. Is everything all right?" And remembering what he's been told, the priest steels himself and bravely replies, "Yes," he said, "I have put my trust in God. I'll be all right. He will look after me." And the plane flies away. A few minutes later, some natives from the nearby village are paddling up the river in a boat, and one of them stops and asks if he needs any help. And again, the priest replies, "No, I have put my trust in God. He will look after me." And away they go. An hour later, he's still there, and a helicopter happens to pass by. Naturally, the chap inside leans out and calls down to the priest, you know. "Can I interest you in any of Uncle Pete's toys?" he says. No, he didn't say that. Didn't say anything of the sort. That would be ridiculous. He asks the priest if he's in trouble, and once again the priest, still sustained by his faith, replies, "No, I have put my trust in God, and I know that he will look after me." At which point, he falls off the ledge and into the river and is eaten by the crocodile. Well, the next thing he knows, he's walking around heaven, and he runs into God. He said, "Look, this is terrible," he said. "You said if I put my trust in you, you'd look after me. What went wrong?" God said, "Well, I don't know," he said. "I sent a plane, a boat, a helicopter."
Yes, what is it?
Mr. Squills, sir.
Oh, send him in, would you? Now, look, Squills, I'll come straight to the point. It was you, was it not, who organised the recent tour of the Odingo-Dongo swampland by the Dagenham Girl Pipers?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, no, not thank you very much, Squills.
But it was a howling success, sir.
Yes, unfortunately, they don't like howling out here in Zimbotsi-Bwana land, particularly Scottish howling. None of your projects have been a success, have they, Squills?
Well, sir, Dolly Parton was an enormous hit.
Yes, only because they suffer out here from a shortage of shade. The upshot of it is, Squills, that you and I and the embassy have 24 hours to leave the country.
24 hours? What
Yes.
about my trailing lobelia?
Oh, she'll have to come on later. Now, as you know, Squills, diplomats travel first class.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, most diplomats. I have my tickets here, you see. There we are. 5 to 8.
Oh, very nice early flight, sir.
No, that's the number of the seats, 5 to 8. You see, I do have golf clubs, after all, which means, Squills, that there is no room in the first class for you.
Oh, that's all right, sir. I mean, second class is perfectly adequate.
Yes, I'd put it rather stronger than that, Squills.
What do you mean, sir? I'm travelling tourist, am I?
Yes and no. Travelling, yes. Tourist, no. Send it in, would you, please? Do you smoke, Squills?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I thought you did. You're a nasty colour. Thank you, Chisholm. Just leave it there, will you? There we are.
Very nice.
This is for you, Squill.
Oh, yes, I'll get all my stuff in there. No problem, sir. No problem at all. Excellent. More than I could have wished for, really. Tell me, what is this in here?
Well, you want to sit down, don't you?
Oh, I didn't realise I would be travelling in it, sir.
Look, if you've got a beef about this, Squills, out with it.
No problem at all, sir. No, really, it's more than I deserve them anyways. I just wondered if, what about windows, sir?
Don't be foolish. Who want to look at you?
Air holes.
Watch your language, please, Squills.
Air holes to breathe through, sir.
Oh, to breathe. Oh, must you?
No, I needn't. I mean, I could hold my breath.
Yes, I think it would be preferable. That way customs won't bother you, you see?
I see. Diplomatic baggage, of course.
Leave my secretary out of this, please, Squill. Something to read on the journey. Here we are. We have several volumes here of the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Oh, excellent. That'll keep me going for months.
Yes, well, sea journeys can be very tedious.
I'm going by sea, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. The romance and bustle of the Suez Canal.
Yes, you're going round the Cape, actually.
Which one?
You're going both. It's a pretty journey.
Oh, you've thought of everything, sir. I can't thank you enough. I'm more than great. I wondered, what is this here, this name here? It says Umbala. Does that mean what, fragile?
No, that means ice cream.
Ice cream, sir?
Yes, how else could I get you in a refrigerated ship, you see?
Oh, well, I'm very pleased about that, because to be quite frank, I do suffer from prickly heat down there.
Down where?
Round the Cape.
Don't be smutty, please, girls. Right, in you get. Come along. And be careful. These wooden crates don't grow on trees, you know. In you get.
I think
Right, come along. That's right. You'll have to tuck yourself in. Tuck your head in. Tuck your head in, man.
it's not going to be.
You're too big. That's your trouble, Squills.
The nicest thing anybody's ever said to me, sir. Thank you. I stretch my legs this way, possibly.
Yes, always thinking of number one, aren't you?
Well, I wasn't doing, sir, but now that you mention it, is there a toilet in here at all?
I'm not talking about toilets. I'm saying that you don't think you're going to get it all to yourself, do you?
Oh, wonderful. He'll be someone to talk to, and
No, it's not a he, Squills.
Oh, it's not Miss Thisley of Cipher, is it?
No, it's not Miss Thisley of Cipher. I have co-opted Miss Thisley.
Oh, right.
Twice, if you're interested.
Oh.
No, I'm afraid it's going to be rather more of a squash than that, Squills.
Oh, yes?
After all, you smuggle them out here, you've got to smuggle them back in.
Oh, what's that?
Come on in, girls. Come on, you're all going to get in there. Come along. Can I help at all?
Ooh, Mary Lou, I'm calling you up on the telephone to say thanks for coming to the dance with me and letting me take you home. I'm sorry I seem so nervous and started to stammer and to sweat, but it started as soon as I saw you and I ain't got over it yet. I stared at your great big beautiful blue-green eyes. I wondered if you flirted with all the guys. When you smiled, I nearly shut right out the door. 'Cause I've never seen such pretty little teeth before. I ain't usually a bashful boy. I've took out other gals. I've kissed them on the back doorstep and promised to be pals. But since I caught sight of you on the Brownsville buggy ride, why, I've become just a stuttering bum and my tongue's perpetually tied. My collar gets awful tight when I feel you close as I did last night. I get a funny feeling in my brain, and I can't word till I just gotta see you again. She said she'd see me Saturday, and I put down the phone. My tongue is back to normal now I'm once more alone. But next time that I meet her on Saturday night around 10, you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be just a stuttering bum again. I'll grab her by the barn and push her in the side. I'll take my courage in both hands and ask her to be my bride. And if she holds my clammy hand, tells me that she would, I'll fetch a preacher right away, and that'll cure my stutter for good. That's good. That's good. Good.
Cousin Paulie was a Tennessee queen, as pretty a critter as you ever seen. But she was so dumb that no matter how she tried, when she opened her mouth, she put her foot right inside. We knew what she meant, we knew what she meant. We heard what she said, but we knew what she meant. Invited the preacher to her house, they say. She said, it's a party, I'm 19 today. Ma's bought me a dress and a bonnet so cute. So come up and see me in my birthday suit. We knew what she meant, we knew what she meant. We heard what she said, but we knew what she meant. She went to a dance hall one night on her own, and she smiled at a young man who stood all alone. He remarked that he'd not had the pleasure before, and she answered, come on then, let's get on the floor.
We knew what she meant, we knew what she meant. We heard what she said, but we knew what she meant.
One day she went into a department store and she said to the guy who was stood by the door, I need some material to make a new belt. Perhaps you can tell me where I can get felt.
We knew what she meant, we knew what she meant. We heard what she said, but we knew what she meant.
She said, I once met a fellow with dark wavy hair, so we rushed off to Alaska for a quick love affair. But I came back disappointed with a cold and a cough. We were both frozen stiff, so I just broke it off.
We knew what she meant, we heard what she said, but we knew what she meant.
Well, sadly, I'm afraid we come to the end of the series. There were many people we had hoped to meet but didn't have time, including the waiter who served a police inspector with 8 hard-boiled eggs and a lump of suet pudding. He's been charged with obstructing a police officer.
And the extremely shy rhubarb grower who used to hate meeting people, but now he hides under an old bucket and forces himself.
We shall also, sadly, miss the sensational veteran circus act, the great Zoldo, who is 87. He will fire a pistol and his wife, Zanita, 82, will catch the bullet in her teeth, which will be in a glass on the top of her head.
And Basil Burke, the eccentric fish and chip shop owner who has retired, having devoted his whole life to deep frying in the nude. He's now realised he's frittered it all away. So, until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's good day from him.
Good day.